It is Roots FM 96.1 on the FM band. It's now time for Mecwi Talk Tuesdays with Jeffrey Tavares.
Good morning, River. Listening, watching from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean. This is Roots 96.1 FM. Mecwi Talk. This morning, we're going to speak about what is going on. It's an open mic, so you can call in. The numbers are 225-9478. That's 225-9478 or 782-8235. 782-8235. Studio's number. The studio number is 225-9478. That's 876-225-9478 or 782-8235. Welcome to Mecwi Talk this morning. This morning I have with me the gentleman from St. Thomas, Mr. Marcel Clark. He is the chairman for the Crime Prevention Unit in St. Thomas. Mr. Clark, before we get into the discussion, what I hear going on in St. Thomas about some skull?
I know you was gonna go there. Why, Jeffrey? I'm afraid. Honestly, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not scared, but it's been years that stuff like this has been going on, but has been undetected. Inadvertently, a demolition order was issued sometime last week or the week before, a 10-day demolition order. And the parish council exercised its legal right to demolish unsafe buildings. So they had targeted 2 buildings in the town of Mark Bay, one on Queen Street and the other on South Street in front of the Mark Bay Police Headquarters, which was an abandoned building somewhat. People of unsound mind or street people would sleep there on the ground level. But on the upper level, it was falling apart, and so they decided to demolish it. Upon executing their legal right as a parish council to conduct such an exercise, they started demolition and discovered a casket with remains in it. And upon further investigation,
So hold on here. That building, what that building was for? Because I am hearing some things that I'm trying to figure out. I got a call about it, you know.
I know you got a call. All right, let's take the monkey out of the room and let's unseat the elephant. It is a known lodge hall. And if you saw the TVJ broadcast Sunday evening, I think the name of it is the Royal James Lodge.
The Royal who?
James Lodge.
Okay, that means that lodge is from London, because you have the Scottish Lodge, you have the Royal James Lodge, you have the oh my God, I had the name earlier on, you know, because I have a friend of mine who is a part of the lodge, you know, and I think some family members of mine are involved in it too. I am not sure.
Leave paper business alone.
Well, that is politics. I'm a Democrat, they are Republicans.
All
What
right.
is going on in St. Thomas, Mr. Clark?
All right, let me finish what I was saying. So the name came out on the air Sunday night, and I have been in this parish quite a number of years. I won't say how many. It's in close proximity to the Mark Bay courthouse, the original courthouse, and where the Paul Boga statue was erected. I never knew the name of that lodge. I know people that are a part of it, but I've never heard the name until Sunday night. Never. But anyhow, they found a casket with remains believed to be a little girl, approximately about 15 years old, I'm told. There was a picture shown, but it was aged because, you know, sensitization purposes. When the police had called the fire department for assistance, because I understand a policeman was walking in the building and some board collapsed with him. So he called for the fire department to assist. So when
Is
they
it?
came,
It's an old dilapidated, abandoned
yeah,
building.
man, very. In fact, the week before I was passing, look, I said, it's when parish council going to take this down because it's falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people have shops behind it. People walk around it. Persons, maybe street people are unsound mind people sleep in it, but a life is a night, a life. So I was questioning when they would pay some attention. So anyhow, the fire department responded and came to assist, and they removed the casket. And while removing the casket, they saw another skull and stuff like that. Some of the reports I can't verify, but some I have been told from good sources. And there was a news release yesterday that said that they found some more remains. And somebody, which I won't name, told me that they found other bodies inside the building between Sunday and Sunday. So I don't know how true that is, but that's what I was told.
Wow.
And they found remains out by the Three Finger Jack Monument. There was a recent murder out there, double murder out there a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
I think it was a Thursday. It was a holiday on a Thursday. They found a couple that was murdered. But ironically, if the truth be told, they were living in the direct path that the highway project is going. And you could see where the highway was working on the left and on the right. And they were sitting in the middle, and all of a sudden, them dead.
All right. Let us forget
I know
that.
I committed something, but I'm not going down that road. They were murdered. I don't know for what reason, but they were found dead by a friend of the couple. But yesterday they found skeletal remains when they were digging up the area to continue the road project. So the police
So it's because of the road project why that building was going to be demolished.
Which one?
The whole large building.
No, man, no. That's in the heart of the town. Nowhere near the road.
Oh, okay.
No, man. It was a building falling apart because board was hanging over and the walls seemed as if they would collapse at any time. So I must commend the parish council for taking on such an initiative to remove such an unsafe building. And I must commend them that they saw it fit and acted upon it, and they issued notice. I don't know who they gave the notice, but I heard that notice because somebody had called me that they got notice for their building. So I know they did issue notice. So, but I heard the gentleman that reported to the media Sunday that he was not notified and that he was there to protect the property of the lodge, and he was taking issue with the fact that
so hold on there now. I don't want to get involved or speak about the thing, but you have the Jamaican Lodge and the Cayman Lodge, and you have the Barbadian Lodge, the Barbados Lodge rather.
Okay.
So Sir Clark, let us switch that conversation. You hear me? I'm getting myself involved in that part.
I understand you, but I will put on record. I am not scared of anything.
Let us switch that conversation.
Yes. Yeah, man. Anyway, let me ask a report on St. Thomas. So let me give that. As you know, we had those discoveries, and I would assume that the police is investigating these matters. But before I go even further, let me pause to say
good morning, caller.
Huh? Pardon me?
Call you.
Oh,
good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Welcome to Make We Talk. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm listening to you on that gentleman. And I need him to edify us more about St. Thomas.
Yes. What question you want him to answer? You have your radio on in the background or something, sir? Because I'm having a feedback here.
The James Lodge the building with James Lodge. I want to know what the police them doing about that, because I think that if the police find the first coffin with the first body, I think the police them was going to secure a location. But what I understand, no police was not there. So the next day when them go back there, them find more caskets. So I want to know what the police was doing. And if I'm not mistaken, I understand the police station is just cross from there. So I don't understand what's going on.
Maybe it's a funeral home. Mr. Clark, you want to answer that question for the caller, sir?
As far as I know, that building has never been a funeral home, or anything with funerals. I've never seen anything like that. I know certain business used to conduct there. I think a dressmaker was there and some other stuff. But I know the lodge hall, I think, operated on the upper floor. But I've never heard anything associated as a funeral home. There was a restaurant behind it down the hill on the same property, but never have heard of funeral home. Not to my knowledge.
You have any other questions?
So if it was not a funeral home, why them have so many caskets there?
Carla, I don't know who you are. I've not heard of multiple caskets. I've heard of one. I've heard of skeletal remains and skulls. So I just wanted to just correct that, because we don't want to be hanging in the balance because we are misrepresenting or reporting. You know, we have to be cautious. We are in the public space.
We're live on air, so we have to be very careful what we say. We don't want to be liable for anything.
Right.
You have anything else to talk about, caller? Go ahead and talk. Hello?
I lose the caller.
He's still there. Caller? Hello, caller?
Yeah.
You're going in and out. I can hardly hear you.
I'm not.
Hold on, caller. I want you to drop in one of the potholes down by 6 Mile. Hello, caller?
Oh, I'm dropping in. Hello, you hearing me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear now. Look, I drop into the potholes down by 3 Mile. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yes, so I'm saying that if it is true,
If it is true, what? Because you're breaking up, caller.
what we hear, that if it is true that infant skeleton and casket by that place is very bad for us, but on this program, I believe this program really edify us a lot of things. And on this program, we learn a lot of things from this program. And you as the host, you always enlighten us to a lot of things. And it really edify us, really teach us a lot of things. On this program, every Tuesday I try to listen to it because I always learn something. And I would like you to continue with this program where it can teach a nation and open a nation eye about a lot of things.
Thank you very much, sir.
Jeffrey, oversight on me, just correct
Some radio program.
Go ahead, caller, because we have another call coming in, so go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm saying a lot of radio program to bring on a lot of things.
Okay.
Them add things on this program, I can tell you, it's very nice. I really like you to keep up
You're breaking up, caller. Keep up the what?
to continue.
Okay, caller. Thank you so
Hello?
much. Yes, I heard you, caller. Thank you so much for calling in.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir, Clark. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I was saying that I sort of missed out some information. I just want to correct it. There was some recent assessment of the town from the fire department. And they were the ones who notified the parish council about those buildings. So that's what triggered the whole demolition exercise. And I must commend the fire department also on their safety team, that have really kept the public's interest at heart and safety. So I must commend them. But while I'm on that, and
Before you before
Yeah,
you
go
go,
ahead.
that Sir Clark, I am getting a response here from Roots FM. The numbers are 876-225-9478 or 876-782-8235. Those are the numbers you can call in. It's an open mic day today. Call in and talk about what is going on in your community or any other issues that you may have. That's 876-8225-9478 or 782-8235. On Make We Talk, you can talk about anything that you want to talk about. Whilst it is in the range of the Broadcast Commission, we're here speaking to Mr. Mercer Clark, the chairman of the Crime Prevention Unit in St. Thomas. He was on my program a couple days ago pertaining to the road. Go ahead, Mr. Clark.
Yeah, man. I was trying to pause earlier. Sir Jeffrey, I must commend you, sir, and your efforts, because that podcast that you did couple Sundays ago, and then which it was triggered because of a pending withdrawal of service of the taxi and bus operators in St. Thomas. And you jumped on it and had a podcast meeting that Sunday evening with some stakeholders, and it spilled out into Monday with
Tuesday.
no, the Monday with Roots FM with I think it was Owen who called.
Oh yes.
Owen interviewed us. So Owen highlighted on Roots. Then you came on the next day and did a segment dedicated to it. And sir, I must commend you and tell you thanks that you must have some roots in this parish, because boy, every time you hear about Pamela St. Thomas, you jump to it. So thank you, sir. But I must report, based on those 3 interviews, our broadcasts, a series of meetings was held in the parish. In fact, I think it was the Tuesday, they did a whole host of corrective work, especially on the eastern leg. I mean, I was driving on my back, I was on an interview that evening with you, and I was telling you that I see some improvement. Sorry. And I can tell you, brother, it's not sweet sugar and rocky road anymore. Well, some parts still is based on the rainfall and so. But sorry, I must commend Mr. Anderson from Czech. He held a meeting last Tuesday with taxi operators and bus drivers and some other stakeholders. The media was there also, along with Mr. Stephen Shaw from NWA. And we we addressed a vast amount of issues. And I can tell you, sir, that they have addressed quite a number of them. I left that meeting feeling satisfied, even although they didn't start addressing some of the issues. But based on their response and how they listened to us and they gave us their side of it, so both parties left the table with a better understanding and a better appreciation of either parties. In fact, I must tell you that even after the meeting, we were there maybe about an hour and a half chit-chatting. That's how great a meeting it was. But as I said on TV, Jay, if I can say that, that I will hold them accountable.
Yes.
In fact, I called Mr. Anderson yesterday about 2 things that I noticed that need some urgent attention that I overlooked at the meeting. And in fact, Sunday, a car almost fell over in a ditch. It partially went into the ditch. And I brought his attention to it, and he promised to address it ASAP.
I get to understand that, I think it was you telling me that the media houses was asking what prompted this meeting into St. Thomas.
Yes, they were asking in the meeting, and I had to tell them that it was from you. But for some reason, that part of the clip never aired. but that's how it came about. That's the honest truth. And I heard meetings were called even with the member of parliaments. So
You know
And you
something.
were on the first one, he was going to make a phone call too. So I keep hearing this
the
song
member
from
of
morning.
parliament.
Yes, I heard there was a meet, but we didn't have that meeting with them. I heard it was prior to us, probably the week before.
But you know something, Sir Clark, I must say this to you. You know, when this program started, it was initiated by two of my good friends in the media, Dudley Thompson and Owen Brown. They approached the administrator for Roots FM pertaining to it. And when it started, I was like, oh my God, I'm getting myself in some hot seat here. And, you know, it started out where me renting and raving for a taxi standing halfway tree. Because where the old housing ministry is, it's a big property. Half of it is given to the GIS. And I get to understand that the Ministry of Justice acquired that property. Either they lease it from the housing ministry out, I don't know. But I was talking about it and I said to myself, how is it that you have a Ministry of Justice? Where is Spear Bush? Was Spear Bush there? And I went on Roots and I started looking out against it on this program. And in less than a week, the bush then gone. Then I see they put up a car place there. And I've been saying this from then. Is it that the Ministry of Justice is in the business of selling cars now? Mr. Delroy Chuck need to tell the people of this country who is the owner for that car place down there. Who own that car place and taxpayers' property? You send requests to the information, what they call it, act, for them to tell the people what is going on. The bureau on a whole merry-go-round. You send email to the minister, he refused to come on. We need to know who owned that place. The taxi and bus drivers in halfway tree need a proper taxi stand. And don't tell me that the government mustn't provide anything for them. Same way you can provide taxpayers' property for no cronies who own that car place down there. You must provide a proper parking facilities for the taxi and commuters in this country and in this parish, in Kingston and St. Andrew. It cannot continue like this. And I'm calling on the presidents of the various taxis association because some are dead. You come out, you feel like coming out. You have a man by the name of Edgerton Newman, him walk till it's only God know how him that walks up. But anyway, I didn't come on here this morning to rent and rave and go on so bad.
Oh, Jeffrey.
Go ahead.
I just got a message from someone to tell me that when they were a child, their mother used to work in one of the shops downstairs. And that
where the large building was?
Yes. He said that caskets would come and go upstairs for like funeral services. He assumed it was for members. But I'm hearing that the age group of the person that died in the deceased in that casket is a 15-year-old girl. So I kind of want to know, would a 15-year-old be a member of the lodge? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Well, as I said to you before, you know, there are certain issues that I won't get myself involved in because anyway.
Yes.
So tell me now, what is going on in the road has a proper surface now. There is no dig up, no pothole. That because Michelle Charles and James Robinson drive Prado and Range Rover, them not feel the pothole, them not flap over it. You who have one piece all Maris Oxford, when I drop in a boom boof, is it that the road surface are proper now?
All right, let me address that. There's only a 2-point-something kilometers of freshly paved asphalt on the leg between License to Prospect. The machine broke down, that's supposed to lay down the asphalt. So they're trying to source another machine till that one is repaired. What they have done is mold some ears and roll it. But when the rain falls, you know, you have some potholes. So we understand that. You know what I mean? So it's not as bumpy as before. But, you know, I was talking to somebody that, you know, I was coming on. And so I called him and asked him, how was it for the emergency vehicles now that there's been some improvement in the service heading towards the hospital or on that leg? And they said that, you know, they have really had much calls since, but it's a much better service. So there's not much congestion or backed up traffic because of persons trying to negotiate these precipices and ditches and swimming pool and whatever. So they said that they appreciate the improvement. Especially we had one member that was at the table. I asked the gentleman from Czech to pay special attention to the roads leading to the hospital, because he wouldn't want an issue where persons were having difficulty to negotiate going to the hospital. So we still have given some attention there. And I must commend Mr. Anderson again. He came to the table, he listened, and he went back and he's acting.
Was Mr. Stephen Shaw there? Was there anybody from the parliament, the two members of parliament or the council, but was there like that?
No, but we were told that they had a meeting with them before. Not that day though, sometime before. But I don't know exactly how the meeting was convened and as to who were invited, but I know a representative from Czech, Mr. Anderson, he was there, Stephen Shaw was there. And the administrator for Czech locally was there, a young lady. I don't remember her name now, but she was there. 3 persons from that were road related was there. Outside of that, everybody else was stakeholders and the media. So I was a bit disappointed in that, because I would have wanted to hear their view or to see them lobbying for the parish. And I think that was a bit of a short-sightedness on whoever organized the meeting. I think the politicians should have been at that meeting in front of the stakeholders to flesh it out.
And that is what I thought too. I thought the 2 members of parliament would be there, because them cross hills and valleys when they want to vote, you know. So I thought they would be there. It is now 11:29 in Kingston City, Jamaica. 12:29 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Wherever listening, watching from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean, this is Make We Talk on Roots 96.1 FM. But what's a thingy? Roots don't go anywhere, you know. Roots only go in Kingston and St. Andrew and a little bit of part of St. Thomas. And look how Roots big. Roots little about it, Talawa. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Right back.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Ministry of Justice, come access quality service to keep order within the nation. We put together good legislation, legal aid to your pocket. A little is child diversion for you to need expertise. Victim service will help you cope with grief. Restorative justice, build back the peace. No matter where you come from, how we say justice for all Jamaicans. MOJ, Ministry of Justice. Come, access quality service.
MOJ, taking justice to the people of Jamaica.
Hi, I'm Sharon.
Hi, I'm Marcia.
I'm Adrian. Join us this and every Wednesday morning for Extraordinary Abilities on Roots 96.1 FM. Join us for news, views, and interviews with extraordinary people. Extraordinary Abilities every Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your extraordinary radio station, Roots 96.1 FM. It's going to be fun, informative, and educational, but most of all, it will be extraordinary.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
Do you want to talk about what's happening in your community or share your thoughts on national issues? Then tune in to Make We Talk Tuesdays with yours truly, Jeffery Tavares. This and every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. Join the conversation by calling 876-372-8446 or 876-225-9478 on YouTube at Roots FM Jamaica and Facebook at Roots FM JA. That's Make We Talk this and every Tuesday on Roots 96.1 FM, the voice of the inner city.
It's been a long.
Welcome back to Make We Talk here on Roots 96.1 FM. To take part in our discussion is an open mic today. You can call 876-225-9478. That's 876-225-9478. Our WhatsApp call only 782-8235. Our WhatsApp call only to this number 782-8235. We're speaking to Mr. Clark from St. Thomas. We had a program here on Roots FM and on Make We Talk. A podcast on one Sunday pertaining to what is going on in St. Thomas, where the two members of parliament then left the people of St. Thomas would do bath Anyway, let's not go down the road there. I see where somebody is saying that Mr. Tavares, the old housing ministry could be a very good place to have a taxi stand. And the government decided to give it to their friends and, well, let's not go down there, friends and family. We need to find out, we definitely need to find out who owns that car place and that piece of property that is owned by the taxpayers of this country. And when you went to the two political parties, I went to a meeting wherein the opposition spokesperson Good morning, caller. Welcome to Make We Talk. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Tavares.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you doing?
I am blessed and highly flavored, sir.
Yes,
My
ma'am.
point about the PAD program, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Why they have we senior citizens and such a running around when we to get the little
chip and sleep in it.
God bless. Little is much when God is in it. We are not being grateful, but good God Almighty, these people need to do better, sir. They need to do better for the senior citizens. And another point, when I call a program to talk about our issues, if we can't get through, I don't know what is really happening, sir. We just can't get through. Sometime in years, a lady will answer and said, hold on, and nothing more. And the phone hang up.
Lord have mercy.
To be honest, sir, it's like it's some sabotaging because this program is opening the eyes of the public to a lot of things that is going on around us. And you are doing a very wonderful job, Mr. Tavares.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
I must recommend you with the job that you are doing.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
I mean, they need to do better because a lot of stuff that I see happening around, it's a big highlight. I mean, look at the bus park in Alpha Tree. It's a big difference, and it's you who brought it to the attention of the public. Your
Yes.
program is doing a wonderful job, sir.
Thank you very much,
And
ma'am.
I pray that God, which is blessing, continue with the Roots family, and we just want to have one love for each other. God bless you, sir.
But before you go, ma'am, what is the problem you're having down by the part program, ma'am?
The part program, the problem about it, you have a tracking number that you have to pay 4 or 5 different bus fare to go to collect that little tracking number. And it's a thing been happening for quite a while now. I used to get it at the post office where I was so comfortable. No problem to collect it at the post office. They are saying they're going to make it much easier for us. And it's much harder on our side. Because they are telling you to go to the paymaster. You go to the paymaster. Their paymaster let you know your name is not on the list. You go way downtown to Harbour Street. Harbour Street sending you back to paymaster. A lot of running around. It's very unfair. And we old people have a high blood pressure and this warm sun. I mean, come on, man.
So hold on there now. When you go down to Hanover Street and you go inside there, what they tell you about the tracking number, ma'am?
When you go up to the person there, good afternoon or good morning, I come for my tracking number. Where do you collect your payment, ma'am? I collect it at the paymaster, but paymaster letting me know that my name is not on the list. Ma'am, go back to paymaster. And the tracking number is right there in your book.
So hold on there now. Hold on there for me, caller. You go down there, go tell one of the owner for the part people them who own the Ministry of Labor, because you look at them only.
It seems so.
That your name is not on the list.
Yes, sir.
And she's telling you to go back to paymaster.
To paymaster.
Then if your name not on the list, you go to paymaster. And you go down there if you go correct it.
Right there.
You know, I have to say this. To my
right, the little tracking number and give you now.
To hold on there, man.
And you end up, you go back to paymaster and you have to end up go back to them. And that is the time they are going to give you the tracking number.
So you have to go down there 3-4 times for the little tracking number for the little chip and see if you can buy it in a dirty girl.
There you are. There you are. Come on, man. It's very hard.
Yes. Hold on to caller. Yes, o'clock. Go ahead.
I'm trying to say to her, speak to her. Miss, when you go back there with a situation like that, I am gonna suggest that you ask to speak to the manager that's in charge. And explain to them what is happening to you. And matter of fact, if you can jot it down in a little letter form too. So when you say to them, just hand them the letter also that there's something on record that you gave it to them, that these are the issues you're having. But I'm gonna say this. My pastor always talk about this. He says that persons that are in a position, they must be careful how they treat the person that they are serving. And the person that are being served must be careful how they treat people, because when they are in the position, it will be a different ballgame. And but I said that to say this: those persons that are dealing with these senior citizens in such a cold manner, I hope the day don't come when they are of that age and need that little chip and penny, whatever it is, that they find favor in the person in the seat at that time.
But Mr. Clark, thank you for calling, caller. Thank you very much. I don't want your little credit to run out. Thank you for calling.
Okay. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.
And feel free to call again anytime, ma'am.
I will, sir. I will.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Once I get I get to the station, because I try to reach out to you guys, but it's not available. Well, thank God today I got to you. Okay? Thanks.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Make We Talk. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Make We Talk. Hello?
Good morning again.
Oh, good morning again, caller. Go ahead.
You know, I have your switchboard by Roots. Something is wrong with it?
I don't know what you have been calling the 225 number.
Yeah, I call about 2 number. I call, and as a lady say, so somebody say, hold a moment, and them seems like them just put down you to stay. I don't know. I think something is wrong with the switchboard down there, or the person who operating the switchboard don't care.
Lord have mercy.
I don't know if it's her home you're calling or something, and she don't want to talk to nobody or something, but something is wrong. I don't want to blame she or the switchboard, but something is wrong.
Okay.
Next thing
Sorry
we're
about
talking about, yeah. Next thing we're talking about the parking arbitrary, where some minister rent out the whole ministry to some.
Yes, Delroy Chuck rent out it. Him in charge of the Ministry of the Ministry of Justice. They rent it out. Go ahead,
you
caller.
know that I'm a taxi driver, and I joined an association named JATU, Jamaica Association Taxi Operators and Owners. And I believe that for a couple years now, my president, one Louis Barton, was trying to get it for the park, that all the taxis and bus can park into it. For over 10 years, him write letter up and down, and him never get it. I record, if I'm not mistaken, when you come to Alpha Tree, I was walking, I believe Louis Barton was there with you.
Yes, Mr. Barton and I remember how the whole touring of the old housing ministry came to part. Mr. Barton and I went to a meeting with the opposition leader, Mark Golding, and opposition spokesperson and transport, Michael Phillips. And that is how the whole meeting come on board, because we're supposed to have the opposition spokesperson on transport and the opposition leader tour with us. Until now, I don't hear nothing about it. So Louis and I decided to go down there. We went down there, and the building is in a dilapidated state.
And I record that I see some video while you and the president video.
Yes, that's true.
I see some video clip about it. And I'm saying, for how many years we wanted as a taxi owner and drivers to get that place, and government just pop up overnight, rent them, friend it, and every time you ask them come up with some story. And the last time I hear something like it, it's like them going to look into it. Every time I go to some minister, I'm going to look into it. I'm going to investigate. And up to this moment, there's nothing about it. In the heart of arbitrary, where every day police them come out, because busman and taximan have nowhere to park. Every day you have a set of police come out, ticket. Just ticket them and give busman and taximan, because we have nowhere to park. And if the government have one place in arbitrary where all of us can go and park, and they refuse to give us and give a car owner, I don't know if the government them in some car selling.
That's what I'm asking. I am trying to find out from when. Is Mr. Minister Delroy Chuck, who is the minister for the Ministry of Justice, is the Ministry of Justice in the sales car dealership now? Where they selling cars? I see we're in.
But the
Go ahead.
Minister of Land, the Minister of Land land must have a part into it, so I don't know.
Go ahead.
So I'm wondering if the Minister of Land have something to do with it.
Well, what I know for a fact that if the Ministry of Justice need that property from the Ministry of Housing, because that building was there when Bruce Golding was Prime Minister of Jamaica, and because of some asbestos, I think, why they disband that building. It's the same ministry that remember the former minister of the People's National Party was Minister of Housing, Carl Blight from Westmoreland. And when they left it, and when Bruce took over, Bruce decided, Mr. Golding rather, Prime Minister Golding, not Bruce, Prime Minister Bruce Golding decided that they're not going to use it. So I know for a fact that when the Justice Ministry is going to acquire that property, they have to go through the Ministry of Ministry of Lands. So they are aware of it. But there's so much corruption going on in this country, sir. Go ahead, sir.
I'm saying over 10 years, we trying to get it and cannot get it, and somebody come. I don't know if it's a golden handshake or something where that person just get it over the taxi and the bus. I don't know. Can you try to find out for us, please?
Well, I will try and find out. I'm going to make some calls. And I'm going to try and find out. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of a classmate of mine who's in the Ministry of Lands. And maybe I have to call somebody in my family to if I'm going to answer for him phone. Anyway, Mr. Clark, you have something to say, sir?
Yeah, I was going to ask him, there are some taxi and buses on the side of York Pharmacy coming down to those.
Those buses go to Portmore. And they don't have a proper parking either.
Is it illegal or illegal parking here for them?
I don't know. You have to ask the great SSP.
Yes, no, but I think I was wondering if the caller could tell us.
If I'm not mistaken, the Transport Authority and the police give them that place to park, if I am not mistaken. Because they have nowhere else to park.
But that parking lot across the road would have been ideal. Maybe a bit challenging to go down Hagley Park from there, but if negotiation...
No, it cannot challenge. It cannot, because I believe Jatu will go and them do them severe, and we think about it, or we can go inside and or we can come out.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big piece of land, very big piece of land. If I'm not mistaken, you go back straight to the bus.
It is actually that piece of property is owned, is either joining property that is owned by where Halfway Tree Bus Center is, you know.
Yes. Okay. Go back straight to Halfway Tree Bus Center.
Yes. So and where the old Jamaica Broadcasting Corporation is, where JIS is now, PBCJ.
Yeah.
JIS has a part of that property as parking. It's a huge property, you know. When I walk it, I couldn't believe it.
The whole of that property is the government own it. But, you know, as a government come in friend get peace, this friend get peace, golden handshake.
Just like the JUTC. Anyway, caller, thank you for calling. So you have anything more to say, sir?
No, sir.
Thank you very much for calling, and thank you very much for listening to Roots 96.1 FM, Make We Talk. I see wherein somebody said, I think it's Sir Clark saying that good day, Roots FM. I strongly believe that the Make We Talk program should be extended to at least 2 hours. And it can be from Monday to Friday. God help you with that one. Anyway,
Mr. Tavares, this program, you cannot extend it to Adjust Parish?
No, actually, Roots FM is the radius for Roots FM. The wind, what do they call it now?
Bandwidth.
The radius, the bandwidth rather, is only from Kingston to St. Andrew. But what we realize that although it's from Kingston to St. Andrew, Roots FM has been doing a great job.
Yes.
Because
we in St. Catherine, listen to it too.
Okay. Yes, the
Yeah,
people
man,
in
it's
Spanish
fucking
Town will get it too, yes.
but we would like it to expand to Clarendon, all of those things.
Well,
Because a lot of people, a
Carla,
lot of
I
people
don't
trying
know.
to listen to it.
Carla, I don't know if it can extend. Maybe you have to, end up going back to the Broadcast Commission to get a island-wide radius license, and that, Roots FM is
Because
owned
you have
by
a
the.
lot of taxi. You have a lot of taxi guy. Listen to it in Spanish Town. When them drive out of Spanish Town going all over Maypenny cut out.
Okay.
So they will like if we can expand down to that way.
Okay. Well, I hope the director or the administrator of Roots is listening to us this morning. Maybe she can do some recommendation. I don't know. As far as extending the program, we would have to get some sponsorship. I don't know if we get some sponsorship, then maybe it can be extended.
Jeffrey, the truth be told, Roots FM may not be saturating St. Thomas, but there's a number of issues that affect the parish that the Make We Talk program has addressed, and we have seen fruits from the labor. The road work thing is fresh in our minds, and I keep hearing this song from morning, this busy signal about one phone call. So one phone call can deal with that bus park thing.
Yes.
At half a tree.
But hold on there. Isn't there a problem? I Mr. Stephen Shaw is hearing us. Isn't there a problem between 3 miles and 6 miles with that road that is dig up from Wappikill, Philip?
I'm not sure. I'm not.
That is not a problem. That is a sore foot.
Carla,
Why you say that, Carla?
That is not a problem. That is sore foot. Huh?
Why you say that? We don't have enough time, so make it quick.
I believe over about 4 or 5 years now, them dig up that road. And every month we hear that you're going to finish. And it's a sore foot in the morning time. When you reach 6 miles, going to 3 miles, going straight to Spanish Town Road. It's one of the worst road. And I don't understand why government never give it Chinese people them it. If the government give it Chinese contractors, long time we get a road. But every week them dig up somewhere and then them dig it up this week. I see nobody work the rest of the week. Like them come Monday and them dig it up. You see nobody work until Friday. And the next week, the same thing. It's just like the pumping water uphill and the pump break down.
Okay. Caller, thank you for calling in. This is where we come to the end of the program. We have a couple minutes leave. Thank you for calling in, caller, with your concern, and thank you for speaking that the Make We Talk program has been helping a lot of people wherever they're listening to it in Kingston and St. Andrew. I must say good afternoon to the residents of Spanish Town and its environment and other places where they can hear Roots 96.1 from the Make We Talk program. Thank you all for listening. Sir Clark, your final word before you go, because we have to wrap up now.
Yes, Jeffrey. And once again, I just want to say thanks for, being so concerned about St. Thomas, because it's always been a forgotten parish. Years ago, I used to go to meetings and I call it behind the cow, and them used to cuss me out. But the truth is, a lot of stuff we are overlooked. And I see where you have come to our aid and highlight some issues, and we get attention. There's some crime issues brewing in the parish in the Seaford area. There's a murder, I think, last week, but I heard that somebody they have arrested somebody in connection with it. But there's been a spike in that area. The road work, it was a major issue the other day. I drove to Kingston yesterday. It's not the greatest, but
it doesn't take it that long time to go down.
Huh?
It don't take it that long time to go down.
No, it took a little time because almost everywhere is dug up. But we appreciate the effort they are making. We appreciate it, but I think they could tidy it up a bit. It's just a bit too haphazard and too much. Everything was dug up at the same time, so it's causing a longer traveling time. So, but as I said, we appreciate it, but I just think they need to tidy up some areas and make sure that we have something drivable to drive on. But St. Thomas is on the up as the land price is going up. We
have to have another program to talk about that. You talk about land prices. Come next week Tuesday, we're going to have opposition spokesperson on housing. Mr. Michael Phillips is going to come on and talk about the housing problem that we face in this country. Thank you so much for coming on, Mr. Clark. Thank you so much. Problem. Thank you. Next week, Sunday, I think I'm going to have a program on my podcast pertaining to the coal mining that they want the Chinese to do in Jamaica. To build a power plant that has coal in it. But we have to be very careful about our environment. And I'm calling on Minister Carl Samuda, who is in charge of the Labour office on Hanover Street in downtown Kingston. You hear the call of that poor old lady who called in a while ago? Well, not poor, that rich old lady in the spirit of God who called in a while ago. With the tuppence happening and giving the people and for go down and come up and go down and come up. Minister Samuda, Minister Carl Samuda, enough is enough, sir. The people that need proper representation when they go down to the Ministry of Labour. You have some people down there who believe that them own the Ministry of Labour, I have some security guards down there who do not know how to talk to people. And be careful not treating the poor people of this country, especially the elders. Be careful. There are so many things going on in this country. The crime is out of work. The Prime Minister is trying to endeavor best Prime Minister, but you need to haul and pull up again, PM. You're trying to endeavor best, sir. And we want to know when the Minister of Finance went into Parliament to his grand announcement of changing the money, he did not know that there was a private clause from the Delarue printing company in London that you can't tell how much you not charge Jamaican people to print the money. Minister Clark, be careful. This is where I say so long from here. Not this Clark here, I mean Minister of Finance. Nothing like myself here. I'm talking about the Minister of Finance. This is where I say so long from here on the behalf of all of us here until you hear my voice again. And my podcast come this Sunday and on Tuesday on Roots 96.1 FM. This is Jeffery Tavares saying so long. May God bless Jamaica. And for God's sake, want to take on the time on the road, no? Please, take on the time on the road. There's too much going on. Thank you all for listening. Thanks for the calls. Thank you, everything. Thank you very, very much. Returning to the studios of Roots 96.1 FM. I am Jeffery Tavares.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
A dream. One day, this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream